What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Talks and Gaming, the Day People today. I am here with David Joseph from YCS Philly. He had gotten first place at one of the Win-A-Mat side events, just like I did myself. How are you doing today, David?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just another day playing more Yu-Gi-Oh. I thought your deck was really cool. You played a lot of spicy cards that you don't usually see in the Banisher deck. So I was really interested in getting in this deck profile. Do you want to just go through the card by card and tell me why you played what you did?
Yeah, we can go through it. It looks like the pretty typical Joey Beatdown build. We'll start with three Banisher of the Radiance, three Droroid, one Black Brachio, one Jirai Gumo, one Kaiku, two Shrink, three Zero Gravity, three Widespread Ruin, two Wall of Disruption, a Dust Tornado. And then moving into the side deck, we got a Vampire Hunter for the Dark decks, second Kaiku, a third Shrink for the Mirror Match, two Galaxy Cyclone, and Night Beam as my spell and trap removal.
Yeah, that's sick. So you were telling me before we started recording that you're on Gumo over Gaia for the simple fact that you don't have the Gaia. How did this play for you when you played through the tournament?
So, all in all, if anything, I think I was at a disadvantage for not having Gaia. So, a couple times came up when Jiraigumo, because zero gravity and Windstorm of Aquater in the format, Jiraigumo got switched to defense. Um, and if you're playing Gaia, his defense stays at 2100.
Right, and
So,
then now you're dealing with a
that
100
is
liability.
right. That is one of the two things that I would change about this list moving forward.
Uh, I did see you're also in Kaiku, and we talked a little bit about this card as well. How did this play for you while you were at the tournament? Did you like it a lot? Is it a card you want to cut for another Gaia? Like, what do you think of this guy?
So I found myself putting in the second Kaiku quite a lot. One of the neat interactions that actually came up in the Winamat flight, it keeps your opponent off Dark Calling. I played against a hero player, and he Dark Fused. He made Malicious Edge, and then he tried to activate Dark Calling to make another one, and Kaiku's up on the board. Like
You can't
you
banish,
can't
right?
banish anything from your own graveyard. So it's a lingering sort of pseudo floodgate, and it puts pressure on the graveyard if you are playing against a graveyard deck.
Yeah, I actually, this is a tech that me and my buddy Austin were talking about when we were watching your guys' game with Alex. That's the hero player, by the way. We
Right.
were watching and we were like, Kaiku is a really strong card to be having in this format. And it just works out. He's an 1800 beater, turns to 1900 with the skill. Is protected by the traps again with the skill. He's just really strong and then is able to, if when doing damage, is able to get resources out of the opponent's graveyard. So, in like the case that you're playing against vampires, or any graveyard deck for that matter, it's just a really cool tech to have, and I thought it was a really strong choice that you made.
Yeah, it definitely worked out.
The side deck, I saw that you're on the one Vampire Hunter. Did this come up for you at all when you were playing?
It actually came up quite a bit. It was in day one. I played in the Attack of the Giant card, got fourth. I lost in the mirror match. He was playing a copy of DD Survivor in his Joey build, as well as Banisher of the Radiance, as kind of like it synergizes really well if he can just throw DD Survivor into a back row and not have to spend his skill. And if it gets blown up by a widespread ruin or loses to a battle, it's not a big deal. Um, so I saw that and I put the Vampire Hunter in, and game two it came around where the Vampire Hunter was blowing up the assailant, so I wasn't having to trade back row to keep my monsters from dying.
I like how Vampire Hunter has become like kind of this stable card to get rid of dark monsters in the format. It reminds me a lot of Core Destroyer when it was first introduced and how people were still playing it even in the Cyber Angels format. It's just a
Yes,
new Core Destroyer pretty much, and I like it a lot. I think it's here to stay for at least a little bit. You said you got fourth place in day one giant card.
yes.
Now, did you end up losing against the Joey guy or the Dark Scorpion player?
So I lost to both of them. I lost the to the Dark Scorpion player first. Um, game three, he went. I went. Had to go first. I opened four monsters, no back row. He opened Dark Scorpion gang. That is what it is. Not a whole lot you can do there. So he was able to get control of that game really quick. After that, I moved into the losers bracket to play for third place, to where I ended up losing the mirror match.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense. Yeah,
the
the
Joey
people
mirror match is
the
is
people
is
that
just
got first and third that match. were on an insane build and had a lot of interesting text that went through it. It's unfortunate they didn't want to do a deck profile with me. However, fourth place is still not a bad place to get. So
Yeah, it's definitely it's an accomplishment.
you did get a giant card for that, right?
No, I only got tickets. Um,
No, dude, that's
yeah, no,
rough.
I left without a giant card, unfortunately. My wife was very happy I didn't bring one home.
Oh man. All right, buddy. Well, it was great meeting you during this tournament. I'm happy you actually performed very well during all of this. And thank you for coming on the channel and doing this with me today. I do really appreciate that. Is there any shout outs or anything you want to give before we get off of here?
I just want to shout out to my locals, Critical Games, Bel Air, Maryland. A lot of cool people there. They all think Speedle sucks. I think Speedle is cool.
Yeah, Speed Duels is good.
Um, Speedle is so much fun, man. It can be as casual or as competitive as you want it to be. Um, yeah, man, it's fantastic. It's definitely a nice switch from getting Kashtira extra deck zone locked and
I
all
don't know. I
that.
feel like Banisher is just Kashtira, just, a little less text on it.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
No, but again,
All
it
right,
was
man.
great
Thanks for
meeting you,
having me on the
David.
channel.
All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.